Rachel Johnson.
Cameron Cowan.
Elsie Nesbitt.
Daniel Dryden.
Lauren Nunn.
Richie Ingleby.
Robin Walker.
Cameron Mayer.
Jessica Childen.
David Clark.
I'm 17.
18.
18.
18.
18.
18.
18.
18.
18.
19.
Washington.
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 Sunderland.
Washington. Southampton.
Sunderland. Clevedon Village.
Washington.
Go to college.
Go to college and I do drama.
Drama at college.
I work at Next.
I'm a student and I have a part-time job in McDonald's.
I do A-levels, maths, biology and psychology.
Study psychology in university.
I'm in university full-time and I also work part-time in retail. I do acting at Bath University.
I'm studying a degree of mathematics education at the University of Sunderland.
Many things.
Getting pissed.
Lying in bed watching films at me. Hanging around with my friends, just stuff like that.
Going out with my mates and drinking and getting really drunk and not remembering anything the next day.
Probably more hobbies. I like guitar and stuff like that. Singing, music.
Depends on the day. I have different ideas of fun for when I'm with different people. I enjoy socialising. I enjoy working sometimes. I enjoy staying in the house by myself. It all just depends. I drink.
I drink, I don't do drugs.
I drink for the social aspect, but I would never touch a drug.
Well, I do drink.
Drink, don't do drugs.
I drink because it's fun and fun feeling to be drunk. I drink.
I drink.
Yes, because it's just different than regular life, really. You just do what you want. I don't do drugs. I drink alcohol, not often, just socially. I don't. When I think about why, I don't really know. Because other people do, I guess. Because it makes your inhibition slower, just to have a better time.
Well, I wouldn't drink by myself, so I guess it's because it's social with my friends, isn't it? I don't know, it's like just a social thing to do, to go out, have fun.
Because it's there, isn't it? When you're going out, it changes the vibe.
Like, I'd prefer not to drink because I feel like I don't like the fact that a lot of people need drink to have fun.
Fun can be had without.
Without, definitely.
Oh, fun can be had without, definitely.
I can have fun without it. Like, I can go out and not drink and still have fun.
No, because like I can watch like movie marathons with my friends, or I can play board games with my friends, and I don't need alcohol for that.
I live my life day to day without drink or drugs, and I manage to enjoy my life. I have a nice life. I like my life, so without drinking drugs, I don't think they're needed. They're not necessary. It can enhance fun, I suppose, in certain situations, but on the whole, I wouldn't say so.
I think fun can be had without, but when you drink, you're like, all your inhibitions are gone, so I think you can have fun in like other ways to when you're sober. But when you're sober, it's fine, it's great. But yeah, it's different ways of looking at it, I suppose.
Uh-oh.
Not very often. Like twice a month or something.
Well, this week twice, but usually it's like once every fortnight or something.
Like, it kind of varies, like, probably like 5 times a month. No, bit more.
twice a week. I've just turned 18.
Not very. I work quite a lot, so not very often. Maybe once a month, if that.
I would say since I've been to uni, it's been a bit more. Freshers Week was quite eventful, but not too often, but maybe like once a week.
Group of friends.
I prefer going to house parties because when you go to town, it's just too many people.
With a group of friends at a party or just chilling, really.
I would definitely only do it if I was with a group of friends going to town.
How much time do I have?
Dwarfs. I don't like heights.
Water. I've got a fear of like drowning in big skills of water.
I don't like holes.
Needles.
I don't like the feeling of no one liking us.
Spiders, anything with more than 2 legs or 2 eyes.
And dying. I don't like dying.
I'm sorry. It's a fear from Snow White.
I nearly drowned as a kid, for one. I nearly drowned because I got thrown in the big pool and then I just screamed. There's a photo of it. I just screamed. Spiders, I don't know. I just never liked them in a while. I don't like anything that flies like it's broken, like a moth. Needles, that's too long of a story, but like, I got many needles in many places because I couldn't find blood in my body when I was a kid, and I was screaming.
Heights, I think it's just the idea of like falling and dying, which links to the dying, because you just don't know what's after death, really. Being no one liking us because why would you not want to be liked? And I'm me, so I am liked, so it's like. And then, what was the last? Holes, they make us feel physically sick when I look at them. I can't help it, it's just my body's reaction to them. So yeah.
The hardest thing is, I think my relationship's pretty hard. Like, being in long distance relationships are really hard. Like, you have to, for 3 years, just spend most of the time alone. Like, but then you can't really, like, you're also committed to one person, but then you can't see them. And like, you hear all the other friends, like, having like this amazing time with their boyfriend, like, you take them out and stuff, and then you're kind of like, oh, I mean, we had a Skype date. And it just kind of seems a little lame, and some people are kind of against long distance relationships.
I had an uncle that he was like my nana's brother, so he was my great uncle. He was really old, like I think he was like 82 when he died, which is like really old. But we were going into hospital to visit him one time, like 2 years ago, just after Christmas. And the nurses, like he died in the room, and the nurses didn't tell me that he was dead. So I walked into the room and like I saw him dead on the bed. So that was like it was horrific, like absolutely horrific. Like he was blue, and that was like seeing that was like the hardest thing that I've ever seen, and having to like process all of it. Because straight after I went into the room, some nurses like ran after us and were like, no, don't go in there. But by the time they said that, I'd already gone in. It was too late, and I saw him, and he was just like dead on the bed. It was horrendous. That's probably the hardest.
Probably thinking about my dad, because he wasn't a very nice man.
I would say secondary school, to be honest. I think that wasn't a good time.
Probably finding out that the person who you love wants someone else, I think was probably a bit worse.
He left me mum when she was pregnant with us, and then he was actually, when I was like 3, he wanted to see us again. So he started seeing us again, but he just wasn't very nice to us. Like, he wouldn't let us do what I want, and he would like shout at us all the time and stuff. And if I talked about my stepdad, he'd like really flip and that. And I only told my mum when I was about 11, and then I stopped seeing him. So that's probably my dad.
So I'd probably say there's like a point in my life where it was really, really bad, and I had to go to hospital for it. It was probably like when I got like kicked out of my house and stuff, and I wasn't really in a good place. I think a lot had happened. I remember it was just after so everything had kicked off around when I was 15, and then when I turned 16, I remember I couldn't even. I remember my birthday happened, and I came back home after being on a picnic, and I literally just cried. I was and then after that, I think everything just kind of went to shit, and then I had to just spend a load of years with psychiatrists and stuff.
The biggest one at the minute is probably my weight.
My weight. That's in appearance, I suppose. That's probably about it.
My thighs.
Physically, I have many insecurities. That I'm too short. That I'm a bit too chubby. Just lots of physical insecurities that I wish I didn't have. I look very young for my age, so that's another one that comes into. I think that's my biggest one. That I don't look my age. I don't like it when people point it out. But as a person, I'm terrified of the fact that, because I'm in a band, if the band found someone better than me, that could replace us. I don't like the idea of being replaced in anything. So I'm very insecure about that. So physically, I have lots of them, but as a person, and as an entity, that would be my biggest one.
Definitely, I would say my looks. I've never been very self-confident. My face, I don't like my face. I don't like my body. I don't like anything really. I tend to compare myself to other people, which I know I shouldn't, but I do it anyway. I'm hoping to overcome that soon.
No.
None that I'm aware of.
Not that I know of. Haven't been diagnosed.
I have not been diagnosed. No.
Post-traumatic stress, severe anxiety disorder, and I'm currently under observation for bipolar disorder.
I do not get enough sleep.
I don't think I get enough sleep.
No, I definitely do not get enough sleep.
No, I would like more sleep.
Nah, I do not get enough sleep. That is I probably get about 6, maybe 5, because I just end up staying up late and then that's it.
At university now, you're probably about 6 hours. I don't think that's enough for me.
Plenty. I get plenty of sleep. I don't have any problems with sleep. I love sleep. I love my bed. It's my favourite place. When I'm not at work, I can sleep up to 12 hours, no problem. It takes me no time at all to get to sleep. And I don't really wake up during the night unless I'm ill or something. I'd say the least amount of sleep I'll ever get is 7 hours. And if I know I'm at work in the morning, I'll make sure I go to bed at 9 o'clock or something really early like that, just so I know I'll get enough sleep, because I don't do well without it.
On average, I get from anywhere from 4 to 6 hours sleep. It's definitely not enough, but I managed to survive off it, so.
Pretty happy at the minute.
I am not someone who I want to be. I've always thought that, and I've always wanted to be someone else. I think that's why I like acting, to be fair. I just don't like me until I am as a person.
Good. I don't think it's anything I'm particularly sad about this current moment in my life. I feel good about myself. I feel like I'm in a good place mentally, with friends, relationships, with education. So yeah, I don't think there's anything particularly wrong. I feel good.
I'm pretty good right now. I think this year is the first year that I've really started to feel happy again.
It goes up and down a lot, but I would say I'm okay, but I need to work on myself a bit more.
No.
Yes, I feel like I can be quite self-deprecating, but that's just kind of how I am. I take my flaws and just kind of go, well, yeah, here they are, deal with it. So, yeah, I would say, yeah, I have a good self-image. Yeah.
I always get told that I'm really negative about myself, but like what I was saying before, I think like it's getting better. I feel like, do you know, if somebody pays a compliment, now I don't like bat it away. Now I'm just like, it's true that like.
I definitely have a positive self-image. I love myself. I think everyone should.
Well, in my opinion, my best feature is probably my sense of humour. Without that, there would just be misery.
If it doesn't have to be physical, then I like that I'm quite a proactive person. I like to, I always like to be doing something productive most of the time, whether it's like university work or with the band or in my work life or anything like that. I like to be doing something proactive. I guess that's a good feature, I'd say that.
My hair, I've got really nice hair. It's very thick and I like putting it in different styles. And I like my eyes, got big blue eyes. Freckles as well.
My best feature probably is my personality.
My belly, because when I sit like now, got a roll, do you know what I mean? So, and these, I can take off with these.
I can be a bitch. I can be quite a bitch.
My teeth, I hate my teeth. They're yellow and I don't like them. And I've got quite a big chin as well.
Me body. Yeah, probably just the way I look, I think.
To make myself skinnier, probably my height. I want to be a little bit smaller.
I would say my body. My body weight. I would love to be thinner.
Probably my nervous demeanour. I'm quite a nervous person, and I would definitely change that if I could. But it would be really great if I had like some kind of machine that I could just change physical things about myself as well, like little trivial things. I would like that as well.
Yeah, I think everyone does.
Yes, because I think you can take those insecurities and just kind of go, well, yeah, I've got insecurities, but so what? I own those insecurities, and you can still be confident in your own way about your insecurities and about the good things that you have.
Some people come across as confident when they're really not. But other days, people who really aren't confident are right, have things that are confident and not confident. So yeah, I suppose it's possible. Like, people's minds work in different ways, so yeah, definitely possible.
I think it is possible because some days when I go out, I like how I look, but you're always gonna have doubts about yourself. Like, even when I feel like that, there's still like something in the back of my mind.
Lately, I think there's been a lot more sympathetic towards the cause, because they kind of understand there's artists in this world and in different industries that have the same issues as people, and they put that into their work, and I think that that's inspiring a lot of people and it's getting the word out, and people are being a lot more understanding of stuff like that these days through social media.
I think it's a lot more, people understand more than what they used to. Like, do you know, like back in the day, in the old days, they really didn't understand mental health, and I think now with like social media and stuff, people are starting to understand a bit more. But then I think like there's people, like, we label everything, like everything is labelled as a mental health disorder, and I feel like that's really dangerous to keep labeling everything. And also, we don't actually know as much as we're supposed to, like, about mental health. We don't actually know like what causes stuff and things, and to be giving people like medication, and when we actually don't know what these things are, is so dangerous. And it really, like, sometimes the medication messes people up more than what the actual thing they had in the first place was.
Not well enough. It's improving. There's a lot of activists and people who promote awareness, lots of pages and companies and charities and stuff that are all very pro mental health, and which is obviously a great thing. few years ago there would never have been as much as this, and so we've come really far in terms of that. But at the same time, it's not good enough. There's still people like committing suicide and stuff. Like there's still people who are really depressed and still who suffer with these illnesses. So obviously it's not good enough.
Mental illness is very under discussed, I think. Like there's not enough being said about it. It's kind of not accepted as a proper illness, and I think that should be resolved. And also body image, not enough is being done to help young people who are having trouble with body image. Like it's very under the rug.
Do you know when you're with like a group of mates, right? And you have those moments where you literally just can't stop laughing, and like it hurts so much, but it's like literally like some of the best moments. It's like the purest happiness ever. Like those moments. They're probably make the most happiest.
I like spending time with myself. I like watching YouTube videos that makes us happy and that makes us laugh. I like studying space. Like that is something that I'm really interested in and makes us happy. And mostly just hanging out with my friends and like my dog and my family, and I feel like that sort of stuff is very important to keep someone happy.
My friends make me happy because they always cheer me up when I'm down and they're always there. And my family, it's always good to have them to come home to, my dog, boyfriend, music. It's just a good outlet.
I don't like when people are rude.
When I fall out with my friends, I don't like it when I fall out with my friends because then I feel like they don't like us. And then I don't like when people don't like us. And it just makes us sad.
Disappointing people, because I don't want people to be disappointed in us. I don't think it's not nice for either of them. And it's not nice to think that you've caused someone to feel like that about you.
All the time. I'm a crier, I'm a big baby. I cry when I'm happy, I cry when I'm sad, I cry when I'm frustrated. I cry all the time. When I laugh too much, I cry. When I drink, I cry. All the time. Just all the time.
I cry. I actually cry quite a bit, to be honest. But I heard that it's good for you because you're actually releasing stress. I don't know if that's possible, but like, you know what I mean?
Not often. Like once a month maybe, if that. Recently more so, but not anything in particular, just things.
Cry? I don't know, it depends on what you're going through at the time. I wouldn't say I cry that regularly. About once a month, maybe less.
I love crying. I don't love it, but like I think crying is such an emotional release that it's needed. It's an absolute vital thing for someone to cry because it shows that you're human. If you don't cry, you know, you're either bottling it up or you're not human. So like, I cry all the time and everyone's like, oh God, you cry all the time, and I know I do. Because I show that I'm not stale, I'm not, you know, I'm not like that. I have emotions and so do you, and so does everyone else, and why hide them if it just shows that you're human? Holding it in's the worst thing you could ever possibly do. Like, it's like a melting cooking pot thing. If you keep holding emotions and stuff like that in, you will literally explode at some point, and that is not good at all. Like, it's better to just take it one step at a time, and if you feel like you need to cry, just do it.
A bit of both. I'd really like to cry a lot more. I think it would help us if I got it out more, but it's quite hard to do so. Normally it just stays in and then it comes out when it comes out, and it's like all over. I'm used to it. But I think it's, personally, I prefer to hold it in around other people than do it in my own time.
I listen to music or make plans or go on a drive.
Go out with my mates because I know I'm sorry, right, but my mates don't cheer me up. I cheer myself up when I'm with my mates. I just go with that every day.
Listen to music, sing along, message people on Facebook, chat to people, watch film, just look at stupid memes. Thought people can vouch for that. Yeah.
Probably play the guitar, or piano, or sing or something. I like doing that.
Normally, I just let like the feelings dwell. I try not to cheer myself up. I try to just let myself like process it, even if that takes a little while. I find that makes me healthier in the long run.
And I don't think it's in an abusive way, but it's not. I don't take it as a positive way. Someone said, "You're too skinny," and I get that a lot. And I take that offensively.
When a vegan calls a murderer. No, it's not nice. Like, just because I eat meat, I'm not a murderer.
Like once, like I remember that somebody like telling us about how fat I was, and like I remember they made me like, this sounds really weird, they made me like lift up my shirt to show everyone how fat I was, and like that's just probably the thing that I can't forget.
I've been told I can't be trusted. I'm a nasty piece of work, and I'm too sensitive, and I'm a doormat. And I'm always going to have those things in my head because I am very sensitive, and I take things to heart so easily. Like I'm so, I don't know, I just think about it a lot, and they never really seem to go away. So I'm always going to think about those things when I'm looking at myself as a person.
Whether anything I do, anything I'm going to do has not have any kind of impact, whether what I'm going to do is like important, whether anything I do is going to have an impact, whether people are going to really care in like fucking 20 years or whatever, what I did, or when I'm dead, people remember me. Deep, I know, but
Food, eating food, not eating food. How much food should I be eating?
I think about my music every day, my band. I make sure that I always know what I'm doing. I'm organised with that, or I try to at least. Yeah, that's probably what I think about on a daily basis.
I hope that people can look past like racism, stuff like that, and that we're all pretty much all equal, and there's no need to like be nasty to anyone.
I think the main goal is happiness, and I feel like I really want, if it was like my choice, like I would kind of want everyone to be sort of making everyone equal, including all beings, everyone being equal and sort of taking care of each other. And I feel like also I just want to do that. Like when I'm older, I really want to have like my own business and sort of help people. Like I really want to do something where I help people and animals and stuff like that.
Positivity. Like if everyone would just spread a little bit more positivity on social media and just in everyday life, then I do feel like society would become a better place, because it is full of negativity, especially this year. Not like personally, but in the world, in this society and in all of the other societies, I feel like it's just been really negative recently.
I hope I'm working, I hope I'm well and safe and doing something that I enjoy, and I want society to be more welcoming of different people who are just different, and just want it to be less hatred. That's what we need.
My ideal future is to just go into the job I want to do, so I want to teach and I want to inspire other kids, and then the ideals for society, I don't believe there's any such thing. I think it's just going to take its own path and we'll see where we end up. Society is improving, how much more it's going to improve and how quickly it'll improve